Please be advised, if you have not seen the movie that is about to be reviewed in this video, stop this video right now, go and watch the movie and then come back, because there are going to be massive plot spoilers throughout the course of this video. This movie sucks. Hey guys, welcome back to the vault. I'm sorry about the fake out, but I had to put that in there because I don't know, I thought it would be something funny. But anyway, we are looking at a great steaming stinking pile of absolute garbage of a movie in Jaws The Revenge, or Jaws 4, or just plain suck. God, I hate this movie. I hate it. It is so bad. I can already hear some people saying, well, what are you reviewing it for if it's so bad? It's like, well, it's a sequel. It's part of the franchise that I'm doing, so I have to do it. I've done the other three, but it's kind of stupid to not do the fourth. So yeah, Jaws The Revenge. God, there is so much wrong with this movie. The writing is bad, the acting is bad, the shark looks like crap, the plot makes zero sense, the ending, what the hell? We'll get to all this. So, released in 1987, this is the fourth and final installment of the Jaws franchise. Thank God for that. Until, of course, eventually it's going to happen. We're going to go, well, we're going to do a remake, or we're going to do what they did with the original Halloween. Well, the new version we're going to do is a direct sequel to the first. All the other sequels that have come out are just going to be completely obliterated. They're irrelevant, they mean absolutely nothing, they didn't exist, and we'll go from there. Actually, if they do that and they actually do it right, it might actually look pretty good, as long as they don't go overboard on CGI with the sharks, for God's sake, because they just make them look too preposterous. They just move too quick and whatever else. Again, a good use of the CGI shark is watch The Shallows. That's a great movie. Watch it. I'm going to review it at some point on this channel. It's a great movie. Watch it. Trust me. Anyway, Jaws The Revenge. Oh God. So can we technically maybe call this a Christmas movie, because it does actually take place around the Christmas New Year period? Can we do that? I'm going to do that. It's a Christmas movie. It's like Die Hard. It's a Christmas movie. Come at me if you want. It's set at Christmas, ergo it's a Christmas movie. It's got nothing to do with, yes, it has nothing, we all know the traditional Christmas movies are fluffy and Santa Claus and Jeebus. It's a Christmas movie, I don't care what anyone says. It's a bad Christmas movie, literally. So, again, we're at Amity Island. We have the shark POV opening, what we've seen 17,426,587 times. Those numbers don't add up. Sean is now a grown-up man. He's a deputy of Amity PD. Roy Scheider's Martin Brody is not in this movie, and because Roy Scheider actually had the smarts to say, no, I'm not doing this movie. I've done 2, I'm not doing any more. So they kill his character off. They say, he died in between movies of a heart attack. Okay. And that it was the fear of the shark that killed him. Okay. Now, he's killed the thing twice. if he's freaked out that much by it, that's a pretty delayed reaction for it. It's like, Oh, it it's illogical. It doesn't make sense. It makes no sense. This whole plot makes no sense. So, anyway, Sean goes out to investigate some wood that's adrift in the channel and stuck on a marker. I guess it causes problems for fishermen when they come back in early mornings with their catches, and he ends up as Shark Chow. Now, one thing I never actually realized until I saw, I think it was either Nostalgia Critic or Chris Stuckman's review on it way back. The first time we see the shark attack Sean, there's blood already in the water. Okay. How exactly does that work? Does the shark just make blood magically appear out of nowhere? And I don't know. Anyway, so Sean's eaten. Ellen Brody has once again, played by Lorraine Gary, has the unfortunate task of identifying the body, and she's in shock, she's shaken up about it, but oh my god, the acting in this movie stinks, with the exception of Michael Caine, who's in this movie. This is what he called a paycheck picture. He basically did this movie for a paycheck and bought a house. That's the only reason for doing this movie. And he's actually the only redeemable thing of this movie. I'll explain why a little bit later. So after Sean's funeral, Ellen goes with Michael, and I've forgotten the wife's name, and their daughter Thea, and they go to the Bahamas. Now Michael at the minute is working as a marine biologist, so he's, they've got this huge contract, they're studying, aquatic snails, and well, this we get introduced to the other fodder in this movie. We have the other main protagonist, Jake, who's who flip-flops around character-wise. Like, sometimes, he's speaking of, yeah, fine, but then he, it just sort of flick a switch, and it's gets really agitated, really quickly, for pretty much no reason at all. We've got two nameless, research dudes there as well that pretty much don't really do anything. One drums a bit, the other one just sort of gets kind of annoyed when the shark attacks the boat. It's just, Jesus Christ, if you've got a shark attacking a boat, wouldn't you be freaking the hell out? So anyway, as I said, so this movie takes place around Christmas time. We have the whole, we've got the whole gift giving and everything, which is, okay, it's kind of a touching scene. We get the worst thing imaginable in this movie, not once but twice. It's a very cheap, very tacky gimmick. It is the dream sequence. Now the first dream sequence is of Ellen Brody. She's dreaming that she's swimming in the ocean, everything's fine, and then she gets attacked by the shark. And another one comes later on, this time with Mike Brody. He has a similar sort of dream sequence about being attacked by the shark as well. One thing that doesn't get explained is where all of a sudden does Ellen Brody's psychic connection with the shark come from? What? She's got this obsession, the shark has, it came for Sean, it came for Martin. Michael has a little bit of sense, you can't believe those sharks don't pick out a person. He's like, no, I want you out of the water, I don't want you doing this job anymore, and I don't want anyone in my family near the water ever again, and just... The plot is going to be like this review. It makes no sense. Absolutely none. Because the main plot is the shark swims from Amity Island, which is off of New York, follows the Brody family to the Bahamas. Right. Yeah, remember what I said about a plot making no sense? Yeah, this movie's so bad. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. It stinks. The shark is it just looks so bad. You can tell it's fake. So the first time we get the big reveal, like, you know, the sharks followed them to the Bahamas. We've got Jake who's down in his little submersible. They're tracking this now. It's like the shark just pretty much swims right alongside the little sub, gives it a nudge, and goes to the surface. Like, nah, you're not Mike Brody. You're not my appetizer. And comes to the surface and attacks the boat that they're on. Mike's freaking out. He's like, "Holy crap! Oh my god! What am I seeing? This is oh!" And the other guy's just like, "Jeez!" Like, it's just like so annoyed. It's like, "How dare you attack this boat? You wouldn't you be freaking the hell out?" Like, the acting in this movie is so bad. The writing in this movie is so bad. It makes no sense. God. See, this is the sort of punishment I put myself through for you people so you can be entertained. Oh boy. So as I said, like, the acting in this is it's so extremely two-dimensional, apart from Michael Caine, which I'm going to get into in a minute. So this, after the boat attack, this is where, you know, we have the second of two dream sequences. Again, it's a cheap, crappy gimmick. Like, don't insult the audience's intelligence, please. So it's like filmmaking 101. It's the cheapest, it is the lamest tactic anyone can use. Like, no, we'll just make it a dream sequence. Oh, I forgot the best bit. When they're still in Amity, Mike's walking with his wife along the beach and just starts running for no reason. Just no reason. Mid-sentence, he just starts running. What the hell? You have someone saying, "Well, we haven't got this scene fully written. This, you know, script for this scene isn't fully written out yet." When you get to this point, just run off for no reason. Just run off for no reason. Oh God, this movie. So we have like this big art piece, welding frame art thing being revealed on the beach that Mike's wife has done. Again, I've forgotten the character's name. I've forgotten her name. And the shark attacks again. Now, so the granddaughter Thea is riding on this banana boat having a bunch of fun, and the shark attacks. So it's like, you know, it's beelining for a Brody. It's like, "You're a Brody, I'm going to chomp it and eat you." And, you know, he misses the kid, thankfully, because it's the one thing you never do. If you want to deter people away from a movie really, really quickly, you kill off either an animal or a kid. They're big no-nos. They're taboos in horror movies. They're the two things you don't do. Because otherwise you end up with actually, I'm not going to say that because then you end up with something like John Wick. But John Wick is absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Don't kill kids, don't kill animals. Simple. And it misses the kid and takes, you know, some unfortunate chick who's sitting on the banana boat behind the kid. And this is where it gets completely ridiculous, because Ellen Brody's just snaps. She thinks, okay, you know what? I've had enough of this. I'm going to track this thing down and I'm going to kill it somehow. She just jumps on Mike's research boat and just goes off after the shark. So when Mike hears about the attack that happened on the beach, he's like, oh my God, you know, I should have known, I should have, you know, there's this whole bit of tension, like you knew the shark was out there, like what the hell, now, you know, your mother's going off after it, and he's like, wait, what? So they get into a little speedboat, they're trying to see if they can catch up with her. They run into Hoagie, who is played by Michael Caine, who again is probably the only saving feature of this flaming bag of garbage. They end up going out in his plane, and they find where she is. Now, there's one thing I'm going to go back to, I think it was Chris Stuckman's review, that something that happens at the end. Well, how do they go from one bit to the other miraculously? Like, there's a bit in there where Hoagie is radioing his position in. It's like, this is where we are, you know, we need this quick. So that fills up that little hole of how they managed to get from point A to point B. So Hoagie lands the plane. Jake, Brody's research partner, and Brody, they dive into the water. It's like, why would you be diving into the water when you've just seen a massive shark like just like whoop, lunge out towards a boat? Like, why would you do that? Why would you do that? And we get, which is possibly the best line in the whole movie, is worth watching just for this one bit. Michael Caine just climbs out. Damn passengers, you're all the same. Complain. That's not the one. That's coming up next. Here comes the shark, and it's very nonchalantly, but it is done so well. You just watch it over and over, and it's like, oh shit. Just the delivery of, like, it just makes this whole terrible piece of garbage worth it for that one line. So the shark drags the plane underwater, but doesn't get Michael Caine, because he pops up seconds later onto the side of, he's like, get me out of the water for Christ's sake, and his shirt is completely dry. What happened here was, it took them so long to set up the next shot that Michael Caine's shirt dried in the sun. You're in the ocean. You could have thrown a bucket of water on him. Oh, Jesus. Anyway, they rig up a bit of a MacGuffin. Again, if you're not sure what a MacGuffin is, it's a plot device. It's a movie plot device. And it's like, okay, well, we got this bit here, and we got, you know, the receiver, we got the signal transmitter here, we got the receiver over here, we get the receiver inside the shark, it'll, you know, shock it and send it crazy and do something. They never really explain what. It's like, okay, we'll do this, that, and the other. And, oh, Jesus. So they get the receiver inside the shark. The shark takes down Jake. Well, I should say Jake, because it's a very, very obvious body double. That when they shot the scene, they didn't say to the guy, okay, now you better take your glasses off before we shoot this scene. Ah! Gott im Himmel! The inconsistencies in this movie. Ah, God. Anyway, so Michael gets the transmitter. He sends the signal into to the receiver, and the shark roars. The shark king roars. Oh boy. Now, I covered this a little bit in Jaws 3 after the shark growl. Sharks don't have lungs. They don't have vocal cords. Every shark movie that has come out since Jaws the Revenge that has featured a shark roaring, this is where it comes from. This is the stupidest thing ever. Sharks don't roar. They're silent killers. They don't fucking roar. Yes, I've censored myself. So I don't have to worry about doing it in post. I can just not say it. Like, well, verbally I'm saying it, so obviously there's people that can read lips, but they know where I'm going, because this movie just is terrible. It is bad. But that's not even the best part. Oh, Ellen Brody starts getting flashbacks of things she never saw. Like, she never saw Sean get killed by the shark. She never saw Martin go one-on-one with the original shark. These are just pointless flashbacks. And speaking of pointless flashbacks, holy crap. Not only do we get, like, a nice little flashback, but we get a complete rip-off of the flashback. And it doesn't work as well as it did in the first one. That's Mike and his daughter Thea imitating the whole face-touching thing from Martin and Sean in the first movie. It doesn't work. It doesn't have the same impact as that first one did. Did you watch the first one? In the first movie, it's like, oh, that's, it's really heartwarming. It's a nice tender moment. This one, it seems forced. It's like, oh no, this is like, they're just, we're gonna throw this in to tie with the first one, and I'm hoping they knew that this was gonna be the last one, because this movie bombed. And I've got enough track, because here's the best part. So we've got the shark in the water. It's balancing on its tail out of the water, it's roaring. The roar actually comes from an old Tom and Jerry cartoon. Yeah. Watch the nostalgia critic on that one. He probably breaks it down better than me. And they ram the shark with the front of the boat, and it blows up for no reason. The shark blows up. What the hell were they smoking? Sharks just don't, nothing just blows up. God, it's just like, bing, and just boom, spontaneously combust. What the hell? There is a alternate ending, which you can see on YouTube, or it was even on like certain DVD releases, where the boat comes in, actually impales the shark, and we see it spewing blood and everything everywhere, and then it just breaks the bow off the boat and falls to the bottom of the ocean, and it succumbs to its injuries, and that's it. That makes a lot more sense than a shark just exploding for no reason. And then they steal the exact same shot from the original Jaws after Martin's blown the shark up where it sinks. They use the exact same shot. Oh boy. Everyone, and Ellen gets on the plane, goes back to Amity, and lives happily ever after. The end. This movie stinks. It is bad. It is terrible. Do not fucking watch it. Don't watch it. Ignore the intro bit that I do before the opening music. How I say, if you haven't seen this movie, go ahead and watch it, because you don't want spoilers. Ignore that. Ignore that. Ignore it. Ignore it. Just don't watch this fucking movie. Just don't watch it. It is it is so bad. Thankfully, it was the last one that they made. I hope they never decide, well, you know what, we're going to make a new Jaws movie. No, don't do it. Don't do it. The original Jaws is an absolute masterpiece. It is well written, it is well directed, it is well acted. The acting in this movie, oh my god. There's one part when on the boat, the shark's coming for Alan. She just stands there and just very nonchalantly just, come and get me, you son of a bitch. Like, oh boy. Why wouldn't they have taken maybe a page from Aliens? And like actually put some emotion into like your dialect, put some emotion into what you're saying. Make it more like, oh, come on, you know, instead of just, come and get me, you son of a bitch. Why not take a page from Aliens, which had the best line delivery from Sigourney Weaver, is like, stay away from her, you bitch! Like, put some emphasis into what you're trying to say. It's just, paper has more depth. Yes, that is right. A piece of paper has more depth than half the dialogue in this movie. Here's the easy way to fix that line. Come and get me, you son of a bitch! There you go. Perfect. Put some passion into it. Put some emotion. It's like you're wanting to go one-on-one. You're wanting to put an end to this thing. Don't just nonchalantly like, oh god. Ah! This movie sucks. I would love to see CinemaSins doing everything wrong with on this. Actually, you know, here it is for you. Everything wrong with Jaws the Revenge. It exists! That's it! The movie exists! That's it! What? Anyway, thank you so much for sitting through my rant on Jaws the Revenge. Thankfully, we get some fun in the next one. The next one is going to be a lot of fun. It is going to be Sonic the Hedgehog. Now, I had an absolute blast when I was watching this movie with my buddy Ned from Grey Wolf. And it was fun. Sonic the Hedgehog is what a movie is meant to be. It is meant to be fun. You're meant to get enjoyment out of watching a movie, no matter what the genre is. Whether it's horror, whether it's romance, whether it's sci-fi, whether it's thriller, whether it's action, whether it's comedy, whether it's biopic, whatever. As long as you, as a viewer, are getting enjoyment out of it, then it's done its job. This movie, Jaws the Revenge, does not. You end up being as bored as hell. Boy, I'm glad that's done me. Anyway, thank you so much for checking out this video, guys. Again, if you like it, even though I'm going to repeat it again in the tail section, hit that subscribe button, you dangle on that notification bell, and you select all. Thank you so much. I will see you all next time around. Bye for now. Hey guys, thank you so much for checking out the video. If you like what you see, click that subscribe button. Make sure you dangle that notification cowbell. You can hit me up on all of my social medias, which will be down in the description box below. And I shall see you all next time around.